Maximum speed limits, violations, and penalties for all U.S. speed limits, Part 2. Limitations on speed in commercial and residential areas. Primarily, residential and commercial areas have some of the lowest speed limits in the state. To protect public safety, vehicles must exercise extra caution and drive at slower speeds in certain regions due to the heavy volume of traffic, the presence of pedestrians, and other distractions. In both commercial and residential regions of California, the posted speed limit is 25 miles per hour. In many jurisdictions, the top speed limit is the same for both zones, although some states distinguish between the two. For instance, Colorado has a maximum speed limit of 30 miles per hour in residential areas and 25 miles per hour in business districts. Limits on speed in school zones. School zones typically have the state's lowest speed limits. Children are particularly at risk when crossing the street because they are easily distracted and might not be aware of the threat posed by oncoming automobiles. To safeguard children, parents, and drivers alike, low school zone speed limits are put in place. Here are some instances of speed limits in school zones. 25 miles per hour in California, posted speeds may be as low as 15 miles per hour. 20 miles per hour in Florida, posted speed limits may be as low as 10 miles per hour. These illustrations highlight the need for drivers to keep in mind that posted signs may occasionally reflect a speed limit that is lower than the state's maximum school zone speed limit. Lower limits may be applicable in some locations even when they are not stated, depending on the time of day or other circumstances. Make sure you are familiar with the rules by reading your driver's manual. Specified speed limits for vehicles. Various types of vehicles are subject to speed restrictions in many states. Anyone operating any of the vehicles listed below is prohibited under California traffic law from exceeding 55 miles per hour on a roadway. Similar vehicle-specific speed limitations are present in a number of other states. For information, consult your driver's manual. On any highway in California, drivers are not permitted to go faster than 55 miles per hour. Any explosives transporting vehicle. A bus or car carrying people towing another vehicle. A school bus transporting students. A bus trailer. A farm vehicle that transports people. Any truck, tractor, or motor vehicle with 3 or more axles. Any truck, tractor, or motor vehicle hauling another vehicle. Penalties and infractions. If you break the speed limit, you will pay for it. When violating a maximum, or minimum, speed restriction, you will be fined and possibly given a penalty. Your driver's manual has information on speed limit violations and the fines that go along with them. Remember that some states treat exceeding the posted speed limit as a criminal offense rather than a civil infraction. This is typically the situation when a driver travels at a pace of 20 miles per hour or more over the posted speed limit. Such drivers would be obliged to appear in criminal court and would face more severe penalties, such as a complete driving prohibition or a jail sentence. Bridges and other elevated constructions have speed limitations. On highways that go over bridges and other elevated structures, specific speed limits may occasionally be established. This is frequently the case due to a structure's increased vulnerability to accidents, their potential severity, or the possibility of the structure being destroyed by fast-moving vehicles. At the beginning and end of the bridge, signage indicating the posted speed limits will be placed in both situations to alert drivers. Varying speed restrictions. On some roads, the posted speed limit is flexible and subject to adjustment depending on traffic and weather conditions. The speed limit is shown on an electronic sign rather than a permanent printed sign because it is not consistent. Variable speed limits increase safety because they spare drivers from having to choose an acceptable safe speed when the going gets tough. Maximum and lowest speed limits may be displayed on electronic changeable speed limit signs. Limitations for nighttime driving. For drivers traveling high-risk portions of road at night, several states have speed limitations. These restrictions typically have lower maximum speeds than daytime restrictions by 10 to 15 miles per hour. On the same signpost, nighttime speed limits are typically displayed directly beneath daytime speed limits, frequently with white or reflective digits that are clearly visible at night. You should be able to find information on local evening speed limits in your state's driver's manual.